What is going on, everyone? Today we're chatting Shopify. So there's always questions about like online retail. And it's so funny that not everyone has a e-commerce store right now. It's 2025. So we're going to break down exactly how to set one up, why it's important, and some of the benefits of it. So just for people who are new to following me and this is like your first live, I typically like to go live on a consistent basis. And I talk about certain topics that are relevant to the salon industry. And as hairstylists, like and salon owners, one of the biggest revenue drivers for a business back in like the old days was retail. And that was because you couldn't really get those products anywhere else. Now with Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and there's different diverters out there, like you can access these products pretty much everywhere. And now that brands are going direct to consumer, it makes it a little more difficult for you to be competitive in the marketplace when it comes to retail. And one of the things that you could do is create your own Shopify store. When I say Shopify, I use it very loosely. It's really e-commerce. Whether you're on WooCommerce, whether you're on SquareSpace, I prefer Shopify. I think the app ecosystem it's just like second to none. It's like literally the best. And then you have a couple of apps in there that are 100% necessary for you to be profitable. One's called the Profit Calculator. So if you're new to this and you're starting a Shopify store, it's not just going to be $39 a month. It's actually going to be like 39 plus whatever apps that you need. So it does stack up relatively quickly. So it's important that you just control the apps that you're getting. And so let's just jump back into Shopify, what it is. Shopify is a website builder. It helps you build your salon's website, not just to sell products. It's not like eBay. It's not like Walmart. They do have the shop app, but it actually is your website. So you can go to the warehousesalon.com. That's my salon's website. nickmirabella.com. It's my coaching website. And guess what? That's on Shopify too. It's a legitimate website builder, and you have such great SEO tools. And so for those of you who don't know what SEO is, it's search engine optimization. When somebody is in your local area and they go to Google, where can I buy Amica? Where can I buy Olaplex? Where can I buy K18? Where can I buy Redken? If you have it listed on your salon's website, guess who's going to pop up? Probably you. And guess who, if you have in-salon pickup or same-day pickup or same-day delivery, guess who's probably going to get that purchase? Probably you. And if you position this the right way, using a shopping campaign. And so the way Google works is you have search and then you have shopping. And so shopping is just a feed that runs into the merchant center for Google, and you could run your products in those searches. If I was on a laptop, I would show you right now, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to be sharing my screen. So just Google Olaplex, and then on the top bar, you'll see like a bunch of boxes, and that is your shopping, your shopping campaigns, your feed. And that's where you're going to show up. In addition to that, you have blogging content, you have affiliates. And so as you're creating content to get more visibility with your salon, you are going to be linking products that you review. This is called search engine marketing. So, and you're going to just get enough people to read your blogs and sign up for your newsletter. And just after enough time of putting in the work, you will start getting organic sales. So you're going to need to have a combination of both paid advertising and then organic search. When you're doing paid advertising, be very, very careful. I made the mistake of paying some app to run my ads for me. And I think I spent, it's like $96,000 or $98,000 in 3 months. And at that time I was looking to get married. I was trying to save for a house. I blew through my whole entire savings that I had. And then I just doubled down on what was happening and spent like another $100,000. So that whole year, I think I spent like $300,000 in advertising. I was seeing results. I just didn't know anything about advertising. So I didn't know about return on ad spend. I didn't know about customer acquisition costs. I didn't know about CPA. I didn't know about my click-through ratio. So before you just jump in and start advertising your website, just make sure you take a lesson or take a class or watch some YouTube videos on how to actually use Google or Facebook the right way. Now, with that said, you don't have to advertise. You have a team of stylists that work in your salon if you own a salon, and you could have affiliates. So what affiliate marketing is you have people who represent your brand and they recommend products that they can buy on your website. There is something called a cookies. that you embed on someone's on a link, right? So the URL has a code in it that lets the website know who sent that person there. And then that's where you give your affiliate commissions to. And if you have every stylist in your salon creating content, product reviews, showcasing what they're using in the salon, why they're using it, the benefits of certain products, eventually somebody is going to probably like that video and click on that link and then buy it from you. And when that happens numerous times in a day, you are going to be having numerous sales per day out of your Shopify store. So you're going to be able to make money while you sleep. The one thing about a salon is you have to always trade your time for money. The beautiful thing about having an e-commerce store is you're not trading your time for money anymore. Literally anyone in the world can go to your website and buy a product, and there's enough margin in there. So if you think about the average salon, it profits 8% nowadays, like between all the subscriptions and all the taxes and all the paying out of the front desk and the management. And so if you're going to do $1 million in a salon at 8%, you're looking at like 80 grand, which isn't really that great of an income if you're doing $1 million. Now, think about our markup on retail products. If you get this shampoo, pretend this is a shampoo, and you get that for $20, you retail for $40 typically. If you buy it on a discount or buy it on a deal, now you can either, you increase your margin or you can sell it for a little less, but your margins are typically right around 50%. Now, the ad expenses will buy into that. We'll bite into that, I should say. And then if there's any kind of like fees, like your 3% credit card fees. So there's some things that come out of that margin of 50%, which is nice when you get a discount on products. So just imagine that now. Now you do $1 million online in retail sales, and it's predominantly organic, let's say. Let's think big here. If you're doing $1 million and your margins are, let's call it 30%, now you're at 300 grand, and you didn't have to really trade your time for money. Like you have to hire a team, but all the marketing efforts you're doing to build your salon could also help your e-commerce store. And so for a salon owner right now who's like, they can't wrap their head around this being a reality, it is a reality. I worked with somebody, his name is Mike. He's amazing. He took over the retail business for his wife and their salons, and he grew this thing to over $100,000 a month in online retail sales. And so he put everything into practice, the email marketing, the Google ads, the affiliate marketing, and he's consistent. And he grew a business in 6 months from something that was nothing to 100 grand a month in revenue. Now, obviously that wasn't profit. He does advertise pretty heavily, but even at 20%, that's nice. It's extra 20 grand a month coming into the salon. And so I want you guys to understand, like, this is 2025. And if you're not doing business like it's 2025, you are going to be really not existent in the next 5 years. I'll be honest with you. You're probably going to have to close your salon down. Now, the one thing I wanted to talk about that is going to change our industry and going to position your salon even in front of Amazon, if Amazon's probably going to get into live selling soon, is live selling. So TikTok Shop, whatnot, there's a lot of platforms out there that have live selling. What live selling is, think of QVC, the Home Shopping Network. It's like that, but online. So if you are a salon owner and you have a fairly busy salon where you're always doing someone's hair almost from opening to close, you have the ability to take a phone, go on TikTok Live, go on whatnot, and stream your stylist doing hair. If you mic them up properly, you're going to have good sound quality. They could be doing product reviews all day long. And what happens when you have somebody who's kind of getting traction and building some kind of a fan base and a follower base online, and her lives get a lot of views? She's probably going to convert a lot of those live watchers into sales. So imagine somebody created an Instagram post or a TikTok post, and that got 1 million views. Out of that 1 million views, let's do some math here. Let's see what that math is. So out of 1 million views, 1, 2, 3, that's 1 million. And let's say she converts 10%. That's 100,000 people. Okay, let's make that even less than that. Let's go 1 million views. Let's say she converts 1 million views into 3%. That's 30,000 people. Okay, 3%. That's like an average conversion rate. 3%, 30,000 people buy a $20 product. Your profit margin on that, if we're using the basic math of, you double what you get it for, at $20, your profit's gonna be $10. So 30,000 times 10, that's $300,000 off that one video. or that one live, let's say. You rip off 10% to your stylist and they're going to make 30 grand. So that's if you do a 10% affiliate like commission on that. So the opportunity in our industry has never been as great as it is right now for you to maximize your skill set and your ability to create content to truly create generational wealth. And so for people out there who don't want to create content because you don't know what to talk about, you could do a product review every single day and you could highlight Color Wow, Amika. What happens after a certain amount of time is you build up a huge fan base of people who trust you. And so if you ever wanted to come out with your own product line, guess what happens? You have a full audience who trusts you that you can sell that product to. So in our day and age right now, if you do not have an e-commerce extension of your retail business, I promise you, you're going to be left behind in the next 3 to 5 years when all people do is buy on live selling. Can't say all, majority of people. And then people in our industry, you're going to be able to now compete with the Amikas and the IGKs who sell direct to consumer because now people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So if you build a fan base, they're going to buy what you recommend. You become people's virtual hairdresser. And once you do that, you can now start really building vertical wealth within one skill set. So everyone's talking about, I need multiple streams of income. That's somewhat true. You need to do one thing really great. And then after that thing gets great, then you could piggyback off that and develop multiple streams. But here's the best part. Rather than spreading yourself so thin, trying to have all these different businesses, how can we maximize the amount of revenue and profits coming in from one business using one skill set? I'm good at hair. What can I do with it? Well, I do services. I can teach people how to do it so I can sell that training, sell that knowledge, or I could sell products that I use to do the services that I'm doing every single day. And now you don't do anything different. You just film yourself doing hair every day, getting paid for the services. Then you put that on Instagram or TikTok. Now you're getting paid to sell products. Then all of a sudden, wow, I come up with my own product line. Now I'm getting paid to sell products I use that I create. Now people are wondering, how do you do this? Now I'm selling digital products that I teach people how to do what I do. The possibilities are endless. And for anyone out there who is like, how do I do this? Well, guess what? I can help teach you how to do that. So just shoot me a DM. I'm at Nick Mirabella. If you're watching this on YouTube, go over there and be like, I'm in for the Shopify thing. And then we'll get in a conversation to see if you're a good fit for it. But there's enough information out there where you could probably do this on your own. But guys, I just want to let everybody know, stop thinking like just a hairstylist. You have to start thinking like an entrepreneur. Whether you're a solo stylist in suite, whether you are a salon owner, whether you are a commission stylist, the opportunity is there for you to honestly make real money with just the skills that you have right now and then learning a little bit of technology. It really is just sad that people think that their income is capped at $50,000 a year. It honestly is. And so one of my stores I just found out the other day. So we were going through some things with my e-commerce business because I was focused on the coaching and the salons and I have a lot of shit going on. And so we installed this calculator called the profit calculator in one of our stores. And it was a store I was going to shut down because I was like, it's probably not doing that well. It's, it takes a lot of customer service. And I looked at the numbers and it was just running in the background. I spent $5,000 on ads and we profited 30,000. I'm not even paying attention to it. $30,000 just magically out of thin air. So this really does work. And once you get things set up, it kind of just runs in the background. And so I'm urging all of you just to really start thinking outside the box because there's no need for a client to go to Amazon or eBay. They should be buying it from you, especially if you're educating them on how to use it, when to use it, and how to get the best. And our industry is making a shift, and I think it's going to come back to the salons again when it comes to retail. So, James, is there any questions in the comments? Because I got a call coming up in a little bit. If you guys want to learn how to build a Shopify store, like I said, shoot me a DM on Instagram. But I just wanted to drop some information about Shopify. I'm going to be doing a masterclass on exactly how Shopify works in our industry. I'm going to, in my stories, I'm going to put the date of that and I'm going to put a link where everyone can sign up. It's going to be free. I'm going to show everyone how it works, why it's important, and how you could capitalize on having a fully optimized e-commerce store as your own personal website for your salon, and you will dominate your local area. So, James, questions real quick?
What do you say?
Any questions in the comments?
Yeah, we got a bunch.
All right, fire through with a couple. I got about 5 minutes.
right, we got, let me scroll up. I want to retail shower head filters because I have a lot of blondes by Virtuoso Hair Extensions.
Nice. Jolie shower heads. I sell them. They're a great product. One of our best movers, actually. So yeah, you could showcase before and after pictures. You could show extensions that wash their hair without the shower head for like 2 months, and then extensions with the shower head for 2 months, and show the buildup on those extensions and how it's really an investment in your extensions. If you're already spending money on it, you have to get the shower head. So yeah, 1,000,000% you should do that. Next question.
What do you think about Checkout Chimp?
I don't even know about Checkout Chimp, but I'll check it out. I'll check out the old Checkout Chimp. So anything works, guys. Like, I don't care if it's Checkout Chimp. Just make sure if you're going to put your time and energy into something, it's not going to be like a fly-by-night fad. And make sure that the expense of it is within reason. But Checkout Chimp could be some kind of cool platform too. Tell me some more details about it.
We got, is boosting your TikTok post an ad?
Anytime you put money behind something, it's an advertisement. In fact, guys, I want you to stop thinking about boosting posts and ads as advertisements. You do know that whenever you post a picture of your hair, you're advertising your work. You're just not paying for it. Everything's an ad. How you show up to the salon is an advertisement of how you present yourself to the world. So you walk in the salon looking like shit, hair not done, in a fucked up outfit. You're telling your clients, hey, I don't give a shit about this profession. That's an advertisement. So anything you do is an advertisement. When you post on social media, you're advertising your brand, whether it's the food you're eating, you're going skiing or snowboarding, or it's your hair or your techniques behind the chair. People are seeing it and they're making a decision on, hey, this is a good hairstylist, or no, she is crazy, I'm not going to go to her. I have a stylist I used to work with. She posts the most wild stuff on her stories. And if I was a client, I probably would not want to go to her because she's a little out of her mind. And I don't trust that. So everything you do is about building trust. If it's authentic to you, then do it, because you're going to attract the clients that align with you. So at the end of the day, you want to have people that follow you and like what you post because they align with the things that you say. So at least you're doing people you like being around all day long. So, but everything's an advertisement, whether you boost a post or whether you just post it. So make sure you have intention and you're posting things that you want to be known for.
Virtuoso Hair Extension says we don't charge 3 times more. I don't know what that's in reference to. HG3 Fades, my man. Who do you recommend to bottle your line of products, or do you bottle it in your own warehouse?
I don't white label right now. I partnered up with a company who white labels, or they make their own products, so they bottle it at a facility. But dude, that's manufacturing. Like once you get into that era, like it's a whole different ballgame. Every extension of business is different. So like when you get a hair salon, you're selling products in your salon. That's way different than selling products online. So each one of these verticals, like it's a whole different business. So when you're manufacturing products, I know I mentioned that in this live, it's a way different skill set. It's like you have to think so differently than you do just selling products. Business is really complex nowadays. There's a lot of moving parts, from buying stuff overseas to procurement to packaging to plastics. Like I know Milkshake and Suds, they were dealing with issues with California not letting them have certain hairspray. So they had to reformulate their whole entire hairspray line. It was a nightmare. So yeah, manufacturing procurement's kind of crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with our live for today. So tune in tomorrow. We're going to be kicking off a live. I think Friday we have a special guest. Me and talking about products, HCT Fades. I'm having a guest on Friday. He may be a reoccurring Friday podcast member, a live member, and he's going to be talking about Heirs to Beauty. It's a brand that he created. It's Jack Panico. He's a successful salon owner in New Jersey, and he's been everywhere in this industry. So we're going to be able to pick his brain a little more about how he created this brand, how he packaged it, everything about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hopping off on this call. I'll see you all later, and tune into that. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can always get updated on when I go live. And everyone have a blessed day. Thank you for watching.